Today we're going to cover cleaning our sword. I've got a basic cleaning kit here. Sometimes I get asked how to do it and how much oil we need, so we'll cover up some of those things today. So basically you can buy any sort of sword cleaning kit from any sort of place. Most of them come with a bottle of oil, then they come with a cup. They come with a powder puff and also some tissue paper as well. And they come into a nice box. What I've got here is in this container here, I've actually got some of the oil on this bit of tissue here, and I just keep it inside that. It's not saturated, it's just moist, not too much over it. Then I've got a spare tissue here to wipe off, and also I've got an old handkerchief here sometimes I use as well, just to clean part of the dust off afterwards. So starting off with the blade, I'm going to grab the powder puff thing here. Everybody's different on which way or how many times you want to go over your blade. During training, this is only an alloy blade, so really it doesn't need a lot of maintenance, because the real steel blades do get, if you get any fingerprints on them, they say that the oil from your fingers can corrode the sword if you don't clean them and keep them oiled and maintained. So we don't really need to put a lot on the sword, but as good practice, you can practice it on your alloy training blade. So this is what this one is. I usually just like to do it 3 times, each side 3 times and the back 3 times. Some like to powder it all up completely, but this is only an alloy blade, so I only got to do it 3 times. So I'll just 3 taps there, 3 taps in the back and 3 on that side. As I said, you can use it multitudes and just tapping it along nice and soft all the way to the end. All right, so just working on that. Once you've got your powder on there, so the powder absorbs the oil, and then I'll just use my handkerchiefs here, and I'm just going to run over it. And I like to do it also 3 times as well. Once, twice, and then look, you can see it if you've still got powder on there, and maybe in the groove. So just making sure that you run your fingers in there. So I'm putting the blunt part at the back and putting my fingers towards the sharp part of the blade, not the opposite way around. So I just come to the end, and when I get there, I just turn out the side, so I'm not going through, I'm just turning to the side. So I do 3 of those normally. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my oil rag here. It lasts for a while, so once you've oiled up a bit of rag, it'll stay fairly moist for a while. So from here, I'm going to do the same. So starting from the bottom, and just work your way along once again. I usually do 3 of these just to cover it. Now, it's not saturated. I'm just giving a nice like skim coat over it. It's quite, it's not dripping wet. And I've done it 3 times. So if it is, that's when sometimes you get your other cloth just to run over it. If it's saturated and it's really got a lot on it. So I just use that lightly just to go over and just take off any excess oil that you've put on, just to finish it off from there. Just going to lay that down here. Also, another thing is to check as well, before training or after training, is to check how much timber you've got inside your scabbard. So if you want to, you can just tap it on your hands, and it's a good idea to do that before you start training, just tapping on your hands. And then afterwards, if you've been drawing incorrectly, you'll start cutting into the scabbard and little bits of timber will be flaked off inside the scabbard. So if you're not drawing properly, this is going to be a true sign that you need to work on your drawing. All right, so make sure you clear that out, and I'm pretty lucky I've got nothing on there. So make sure you clear that before you start training, so afterwards you can check on that. So you'll see that if you're cutting really sharp, it's going to cut along the top part here. So sometimes when you're drawing, you'll hear that, and you hear the cutting of the scabbard. So that's another sign that you need to work on your drawing a little bit more. All right. So once you're finished and putting in, so I'm just going to put this back in. Now, when you sometimes buy a new sword, it always comes with a little bit of a gap right on the end down here. So at the moment, it's got a good seal on it, and you can actually purchase little spacers like this. This is a leather one I've been given as a gift, and I just push it in. See how it was hard to pull out then? So I put that in there, and it just keeps that from breaking that seal between the sword and the scabbard. Once that's done, you can use your cord and wrap it around the end. I've got a case, so I'm just going to run this down alongside the scabbard, the cord, wrap it around, and just loop it through like such, and then just to hold the cord nice and flat. And then once that's done, then place it into your case. So I've got a case, and most swords will come with a some sort of sword case most of the time. So if you've purchased something, it should come with one of these. So I just fold up on the top. All right. Just wrap it around, and then I'll wrap it around. So I just wrap it around and then keep it fairly firm and tight. So it's not going to move inside that. So that's fixed top and bottom, and it's not going to move around a lot. And then if you've got something to carry it around in, most likely a sword case, a hard case, or a soft case like this one you can use. But in Victoria, you have to make sure that they're all locked up in a some sort of lockable case due to the Victorian licenses. So once this is done, it goes back into the safe and with the others. So hope you enjoyed that. That's how to clean your sword.